Aberdeen troops, boots fit, mail getting through. Good, good. Welcome to the Tuesday Tab. As I mentioned in the previous video, TAB is a military term, stands for Tactical Advance to Battle, and it involves getting troops and their equipment and associated stores from one place to another in order to engage the enemy. So that's basically what we're going to do. Today I'm logging a route. I've got my Garmin on, so I'm going to see how far it is. I've got my Daysack on me, it's got warm kit in it, it's got waterproofs, it's got brew kit. We're going to have a brew at the halfway point, so those camping stove fans. It's the Pocket Rocket 2 today, so that's what I'm using. Let's not mess about, let's get going. Start the old watch. Had to cut it short there. There's some workmen doing some work up here, and this is quite a short path, so I had to let them past. Okay, right, we're going to have a nice view here. There we go. That is Dover. We're near Aycliffe, which is on the edge of Dover, and we're basically going up this massive honking cliff called Shakespeare's Cliff. Now, to be honest, this the Osmo Action 6 does not do this justice. It is steeper than it looks. My heart rate's already 146, and full disclosure, I have walked 2k to get here to the start point. So there we go. So why Tuesday Tab then? Well, the reasons for this are twofold. One, this channel, as it says in the description, is me with a love of the outdoors, wanting to improve my mental health through exercise and wild camping. And there's nothing better for mental health than exercise, and it's free. That's what they used to say, it's good for you and it's free. And we've had a lot of wild camping on the channel, but we have not had hardly any exercise, so this is the exercise bit. I fully understand as well that videos on this channel which don't involve wild camping don't get very many views, but this is all part of the process. So unfortunately this series is going to be a non-camping series. Doesn't mean the wild camping videos will stop, but I've got to mix in the exercise as well. Right, this is horrendous. I've got a long way to go. That's where I've come. I'll see you when I'm at the top and I'm not blowing out my arse so much. Well, here we are, the top of the hill. Nice view. Absolutely horrendous. It's a short climb, but it's a steep climb, and if you look over there, we've got another one to come, but it's undulating from here on in. I have to take my hat off and vent off. Hold on while I put this back on again. It's always important to vent. As you can see, I've got a little mid layer on, kind of a cross between the base layer and the mid layer, and that's it. I've got nothing else on. My back's already sweaty. As I say, I've done about nearly 3k now with this thing on. It's 2k to the start point. My down jacket is in my Daysack. I'm using the Northern Ireland Patrol Daysack today. And when I get to where I need to go, when we get to the halfway point, when we have our brew, I'll be putting it on So when my body starts to cool and the sweat starts to cool down, it doesn't lower my body temperature and make me uncomfortable. It's not too bad weather today. We've got southwesterly wind. The wind's about 15-20 mile an hour, I think, at the moment. Southwesterly. So it's not too bad. So what we're going to do basically, we're going to go all the way up to a place called the Lytham Spout Battery, which were gun emplacements and an artillery camp, and it had a, from what I can gather from old photos, 600-yard gallery range, rifle range on it. Now gallery ranges we used to use when I first joined the army, and you used to get a group of soldiers where the targets are when instructed to by the Butts Party NCO, because ranges, the backstop is called the Butts, stems all the way back from archery days. Full disclaimer, by the way, under no circumstances whatsoever should you Google Butt Party. Don't do it. Seriously, don't. But yeah, so the targets used to be on some cantilever pulley system, and when the NCO at the end of the row gave targets up, you'd pull the targets up and hook them with a chain to hold them up in position. And obviously when he said targets down, you pull the targets down. And he was in comms to the NCO firing point by a field telephone connected with D10 wire. So yeah, it used to be, when you used to do your weapons tests, it used to be a saying, if you've got friends in the butts, you'll be alright, because they'd shout hit instead of miss when the scores on the doors came along. So it's always good to have friends in the butts. But don't Google Butt Party though. That's not a good time. Anyway, let's get some distance done. Stop waffling, and when I get my breath back, we'll have another chat. At the moment, my heart rate is 129. It was nearly 160 going up that hill. So it's all good type 2 fun, but this is the exercise portion of it. By all means, chuck some kit in your day sack or your Bergen or whatever. Get yourself a little route near where you live, and come and do it yourself. Right, there's the next hill. It is looming. I'm having a bit of a shuffle down this bit. I'm going to knock myself out. Nice and easy. Plus I need to see what the stability of this camera's like when I'm running, because I will be doing running with it. To be careful not to slip over this ground. It's a bit slippy up the pool, so I need to watch it. Right. It's over again. Right, it's getting really windy now. We shall see if the GoPro, it's not GoPro, if the Action 6 picks up the wind. It's got basic wind dampening on there. I will be getting the DJI Mic Mini next week, and that obviously has a little wind muff on it. So, right, let's vent off. and prepare to get my oversized rear end up that hill. That looks way steeper in real life than it does on this camera, seriously. I'll see it at the top. Right, we are at the top, or almost at the top, about 20 metres. Oh dear, thought my backside was going to fall out. Can't wait to do this with a Bergen on, and I will be doing this with a Bergen on. In fact, I will be doing it with the same amount of kit, exactly the same as I take wild camping. So for all those people out there who think I'm just another nearly 50-year-old bloke who fills a Bergen full of honking mounts of kit and walks 100 metres away from his car and goes camping and that's it, think again, because with my background I can't not prove to people that I can not only use this equipment, but I can also carry it over distance through arduous terrain. Saying that, apart from the steepness of the hills, the only thing arduous about this terrain is the mud. It is pretty wet. So look, these gates are great, but the wooden ones, if you've got a pack on, or you're a little bit on the round side, as I am, it's a bit of a mare getting through them sometimes. I've had to take my Bergen off before, toss it over and then go through and then put it back on at the other side. I can't really run on this because I'll end up slipping over, damaging myself or this new camera. And as you get older, you brake a lot easier and recovery takes about 3 times as long. All those older fellas in the channel will be testament to that. You've got to be careful. But on the subject of middle-aged blokes with massive Bergens camping in the woods, that's pretty much a lot of the channels I watch on YouTube. They make far better content than I ever will, and I watch them every week religiously. But I don't think I need to add to their number. I mean, I'm not as fit as people like Hayes or Good Bloke Outdoors, who go throwing themselves around the Lake District every week, and the peaks, and Scotland. But I'm getting there fitness wise. 2025 I achieved quite a bit. I lost about 2 stone in 2025. I've started doing 48-hour water fasting, which is helping. I can lose just over 2 kilograms in 2 days. Oh my god. There is no fence there. That's Samphire Hoe, that is. That's part of the tunnel workings. All the airflow and everything going through the tunnel. And this is where they put all the spoil when they built the Channel Tunnel. And they turned it into a little country park. And you can fish on seawall as well. You fish on there though, it's really snaggy, so watching. But yeah, don't slip and end up down there. But if anybody does find my body, please give it to my other half, and if she could upload it to YouTube, that'd be great. There's absolutely no one else up here, it's amazing. Right, enough waffle, let's do a bit more distance. and get to where we need to go as quickly as possible. Not that you can move particularly quickly on this ground. Here we have a World War II era coastal observation post. It's loads of them. See if I've got a light. Yeah, so I see a few people have been sleeping in here. It's actually better there's the observation post up there. It's been boarded off. But yeah, some sleeping kit. Good place to sleep, keep out of the weather. That looks like an old cart. Yeah, last time I saw this place it was full of hay. So yeah, people have been using that for shelter. I did actually think at one point doing a wild camp in one of them, but they're used by sort of general homeless people / migrants. So they obviously need the shelter more than I do. So I'll leave that one to them. They can have it. After all, I've got a home to go to and they haven't. So and it's a decent spot, out the wind, out the rain. It's dry, and if you've got a decent sleeping bag, blankets or whatever, then I suppose it's pretty warm as well. There's another one. I've got some YouTube channel news as we look at the other one. I'm not going to go in all of these. That one's a bit more open. It is very slippy. But if I do go over, it's content in it. Yes, channel news. We have reached, and I say we, because you guys are as much a part of this as me, because you're the people that sub, comment, like, and it all helps the dreaded algorithm, which I detest with a passion. And I don't really like having to play to it, and I try not to. We have reached 50 subs. It's not a massive milestone. How long's the channel been going? 6 months? Does that mean I'll reach 1,000 in 10 years? I don't know. I mean, things are supposed to pick up. There's another one down there, look. And there's quite a big complex up here. Try not to fall in these bushes. But yeah, so congratulations to you guys for getting me to like 50. Absolutely chicken feed compared to the other out camping type YouTubers out there. But the way to look at it, if you're a smaller channel, imagine 50 people in your living room. I mean, it'd be full, won't it? Depending on the size of the living room, 50 people. That's a lot of people to cram in that space. And that's all people who like what you do and like watching your content. This is another. I wonder if this was a gun. I don't think this was a gun emplacement. Maybe it was. Yeah, I have been in all these before. I should have put it on night shot. It seems to do quite well in low light with the settings I've got. Yeah, that one's quite dark. It looks way lighter on the screen than it does for me. I suppose give you at least something interesting to look at rather than listen to me waffle on all the bloody time. This is quite waterlogged. I don't think there's going to be anybody sleeping in this one. It is. Water's about an inch deep. That used to be where the coal fire stove used to sit. Really old military accommodation used to have those years ago. There we go. Oh, we've got some graffiti. What's that say? Claire, you will be drilled soon to death. I don't know who wrote that, but if you're the young man that did, you're probably going to die alone. Sally, I want to give you a good scene to. Phil is a nonce apparently. And Mary gives the best blowjobs in town. For the young people watching, a blowjob is blowing out birthday cake candles. Babe, if you're a good hump, let's do it again. This has got to be old. Sandra is a dirty girl, but funnily ugly. Wow. Dated back to 2014, by the looks of it, some of these. So, no historic World War II era graffiti, like I was hoping, but Sally gets a good mention. Yeah, wonderful. So, there we go. It's a bit of World War II stroke contemporary history for you. You wouldn't believe we were the nation that saw off Nazi Germany, would you? Never mind. Let's hope for our sake we don't have another world war. I think in today's society, not that I want to turn this into anything political, but I think in today's society, with the country we have today, the old pull together Dunkirk spirit, the old Blitz spirit and all that, I'm not entirely sure it's here anymore, to be fair. Certain sections of the population it is, but I think the majority of the country, not entirely sure. But there we go, that's all I'll say about that. It is slippy. I thought I felt a bit of rain then. Right, how long's this clip gone on for? Bloody hell, 9 minutes. Before I go, I need your help. Now, if you look back at my channel, videos over 30 minutes long that involve a night out wild camping get over 100 views. Not many, I know, but videos that don't involve wild camping, like looking for camp spots, that sort of thing, get about 40 to 60. Is it the duration of the videos, which people prefer the more long form content, or is it people just like to see me having nights out because the channel's called Veteran Wild Camping? I mean, I'm assuming the 50 subs I've got, I'll probably watch both, seeing as a lot of the ones, even though they don't get many views, they get over 50. So you guys, you rock, thank you. But yeah, I was talking to my friend about that the other day, who's also a YouTuber, aka Marley, is her main channel. I've known her for a fair few years. Also has got a fishing channel as well, so check out her content, find her channels. I'll put it the name of the channel at the bottom of the screen. Type it into YouTube, give her a sub, say Veteran Wild Camping sent me in a channel comment. It is so hard to get views on YouTube these days. I remember when I signed up for my first YouTube account in 2012, I think it was, or maybe just before 2012. There wasn't as much content, and people weren't making serious money either. A lot of people, not like they are now. So if you do those small creators out there that haven't got 5 million subs, and they really need support, so it's about small creators, not long form like TV shows and stuff like you get now. I kind of miss the rawness, the originality of YouTube. Right, over there in the distance I can just about see the range backstop, so when I get up towards there we'll come back. These lines of scrub here, I don't know if you can see, there's one going along there and there's one in front that's going there. They're the firing points. It's all overgrown. We'll head towards one. I'm actually looking for one of the comms boxes at the end of the firing point, where the firing point NCO would relay to the butt part of the NCO to put the targets up or down and relay the scores. Because obviously otherwise you'd have to send a runner. When you're at like 600 yards, it's a bit of a trek, isn't it? So yeah, this is one of the firing points. If you had a metal detector on here and you had permission to do it, you would probably find a lot of spent 303 cartridge cases. I can imagine if they ever ploughed this field and put crops in it, then that's what you'd find. Aha! I knew there was one here at a safe distance beyond the firing point. We still have the field telephone connection point. And I joined the army in the 90s and it was done exactly the same way. There it is. So we'll have stood here giving the fire orders out to the guys on the firing point, and all the information get relayed down the bottom end. Of course, nowadays all the targets are like electronically controlled, and they have been for I couple of decades at least now. In fact, in the slightly more posh, up-to-date ranges, they had electronic target control that sensed the hits on the target and gave the scores. But this is old school. Right, I'm going to have a mooch up here. I don't see anything really interesting. We'll see when we get to the top. Right, there's the backstop. That'll be full of 303 rounds and God knows what else. And here is the butts. Those three little areas there, they were probably where the field telephone and the range NCO shelter was. One of them or two of them are probably toilets, I can imagine. So yeah, a bit dilapidated. So yeah, these places haven't, I mean, this is what ranges used to be like. I spent hours in places like this. There's probably about 12 firing points. These bits of metal jutting out the ground will have had planks of wood across them, and that's where the person that was manning this lane and pulling the target up from a little cantilever system that was here, that's where he would have sat. So we've got, I mean, they're usually about 12. This place popped the ball though, it's an old one. So you got 1, 2, 3, that one's missing, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, it's more than 12, 8, 9, 10, God, there's over 20. It's a big old range. I did actually think about doing a wild down there. Let me know if you want to see it or not. World War II firing range camp. It's a shame of all the metal work that was in there, where the targets used to get pulled up. That they probably got sold for scrap many years ago. And this here, when you're underneath here, you can hear the rounds crack as they go over your head. You can see it. I let the selfie stick up there. Yeah, that's where the targets would be. I'll actually view. I'll find out when I go and edit if that gave a decent view or not. Obviously lots of graffiti over the walls. I tell you what, if you know anybody, or you are anybody, that graffitis or damages historic military sites, whether it be ranges, bunkers, islands, posts, stuff like that, if you're one of those people, you're an absolute helmet, and I hate you. I mean, I've been reluctant to actually wild camp here, to be honest. I mean, this is National Trust stroke farmland. You have cattle grazing on here, and to be honest, farmers have a raw deal as it is, without YouTubers, however well-meaning, crawling all over their shit. I mean, that bank's already been damaged, the backstop there at the other end, by kids on scramblers riding up and down it. Okay, so let's see which way the wind's blowing, and I might sit here and get a brew on. I might do it down the other end. Mind you saying that, the other end's quite popular. And the wind is blowing right down here, which is let's go and have a look. I'll bring you back when I make a decision. I'm not actually too bad, I actually feel like a brew, but I really should have one. We've done 4k, which means this route is going to be just over 8k, which isn't too bad. Right, time for a brew. I've got a Pocket Rocket 2 stove, I've got the Cedar Summit mug, I've got my usual 2 litres of water, and I've got the day sack. bloke over there with a high vis and a military day sack on, out doing the same thing I am. Excellent. I think he was going to have a piss, and I think he saw me and kind of thought better of it. You know, when you see someone but you try not to like make out you've seen them and try to act oblivious. Anyway, let's get this brew started. I haven't got a tripod with me or anything like that. I've packed super light. I'm not doing any posh like camera shots or anything like that. I just want to get here, chat to you guys, get this done, and get back and sort out my boots and everything. I've got so much mud stuck to the bottom of my boots. You know when it clings to the sole of your boots and you feel like you've got platform shoes on and you lose all grip? That's pretty much what it's like. Luckily it's the cycle route over there, other side of that fence, going all the way back in, and that's all like proper road, gravel type surface, so that's going to be alright. Right, here we go then, let's get this brew on. Right, that's the Pocket Rocket 2 stove. Hopefully it's going to provide me with some boiling water. If you can hear me over the noise of the bloody thing, that's why I like Trangies. They're a lot quieter. I've got my Cedar Summit mug with the usual sachet of coffee and sachet of hot chocolate. Chocolate orange options we've got today, and my silly folding spoon. So yeah, we'll have this brew. I suddenly thought I was sat here and I was getting cold. Let's turn that down a bit. I was sat here, I was getting cold, and all of a sudden I thought to myself, you haven't got your down jacket on. So I got my down jacket out of the day sack, put it on, and now I'm nice and toasty. Good, good. I'm pretty hidden from the road here as well. The track is just over there, over that bramble hedge. So I don't think anybody would see me. Not that it matters. I mean, this is access land. I mean, you're allowed to come on here. You're obviously not allowed to camp or like fires or anything like that. I mean, I wouldn't like fire. I wouldn't mind spending the night on here though. That'd be quite cool. Yeah, if you want to see that, let me know. Right, I'll bring you back when this is boiled and we've got our brew. Well, here we go. Cheers. It's a bit nippy, especially up here on the cliffs. So this is very welcome. I have to drink it quick, otherwise it will go cold. That is lovely. Chocolate orange. Can't beat it. Well, you could. You could probably put some Baileys in it. I think that would probably be the only way to improve this. Well, thanks for watching if you've got this far. Please do feel free to like, subscribe and comment and do all that stuff. much appreciated. And let's see if we can get to 100 subs before another 6 months is gone. Oh dear. So the plan is we're going to drink this, we're going to pack up, and then we're going to head back the other just over 4k it is. It's a pretty easy route back. It's not particularly scenic either, to be honest. It's just the cycle route right next to the M20. Goes all the way between Dover and Folkestone. It's a nice bit of shelter this, but I'm not entirely sure it'll give you too much shelter from the rain, because it doesn't jut out very far, and depending on which way the wind's blowing, you still might get wet. If I was to camp here, I'd probably bung a tent over there somewhere, or bivvy bag it down here, put the old mat down. I mean, it's a hard floor, but once you've got your like your insulating mat down and your herbs in, it'll be alright. I'd still use a bivvy bag, because as I say, if it did rain, then you're still going to get a bit. Right, I'm going to stop waffling, drink my brew. This should be called the Wednesday waffle rather than the Tuesday tab, shouldn't it? Should I change it? I don't know, let me know. Right, catch you in a bit. Right peeps, there we are, that's where I was, as ever. Leaving a trace, all important when you're on farmland, historic sites, that kind of thing. Well, it's important everywhere, to be honest. But there we go. Right, I've left the down jacket on because the temperature seems to have dropped a bit, the wind's got on. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this on. If I start to heat up, if I start to sweat, I'll take it off and bung it back in the day set. What I need to do is I need to make my way out of here. And I can't remember if there's a gate or not down there. There is not a gate, but what there is a fence. So I shall very carefully scale it. Right, there we go. Say goodbye to the range for another day. I should have paused my watch, but when I stop it, it gives me my moving time anyway. Yeah, it's pretty much this kind of road. This and like gravel all the way back. So it's nothing massively scenic. There's not really a whole lot to look at. I have to say, I'm loving the new camera. The Osmo Action 6 is great. I can't wait to get the mic next week. DJI Mic Mini. It's the one I'm going to go for. They're quite cheap actually, which is good. I think they're around about 50 quid, give or take, for the for one transmitter, one receiver. I might go to the DJI website because I think the just one on its own that I could get to this is even cheaper. But then again, if I use a bigger camera at any point, having a receiver that can plug into a camera would be good too. So I might just go for that. And plus I can just go to a local store and pick it up because they've got them in stock rather than wait for it to be delivered. Right, I'm going to plod on, get these last few K done, and I'll bring you back, as they say. There we are in the distance, the first sight of Dover Harbour. You can even almost, whether you better see it I don't know, see a ferry coming through the eastern entrance of the harbour. We're on 6k. It's not a massive amount to say about this bit, to be honest. It's long, undulating. Not massively entertaining path, to be fair. But I mean, it's easy going. To be honest, this route isn't particularly physically demanding once you get past the two massive hills you've got to climb. I mean, I've done 4k just getting to and from the start point from home. So it's got a nice little steady pace on. I'm not going to jog this bit, especially because I've got my jacket on, I'm going to overheat. So it's not about breaking records. Anybody can do this, nothing special. Definitely nothing special. Just get out, get a day sack on or a Bergen, bit of kit in it, and basically just go for a walk. It's all good for the old noggin, that's what it's all about. Especially if you can get out in a bit of countryside. Even if it is next to the M20. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the Tuesday tab. Let me know if you like it, want to see another one. If you don't like it, unlucky, because you're going to see another one. Unless, of course, you don't watch and unsubscribe. In which case you probably won't. But it might still come up on your recommended feed. Who knows? One of the other reasons I wanted to do this, as well as its extra content, and the more content you get on your channel the better, is you've probably noticed that I'm not the best at talking to a camera. I feel massively uncomfortable and awkward. When I was in the military, I had to teach, do instructional courses, write lesson plans, deliver lessons, things like that. Talking in front of people, even though when I was younger I couldn't do it, I learned when I was in the military. I'm not too bad at it. Talking in front of a camera when there's no actual physical presence of any person there, I find it really odd. And doing it in public, keep looking behind me because this is a cycle route. I thought I saw somebody in the camera in the distance. Yeah, doing it in public is even more awkward. And if you, like me, are the same, then trust me, I'm not alone, because everybody's like that. Just find a YouTuber you've watched for a while you think's really, really good, and go back and watch the first video they ever posted. That's if they've got the balls to keep it uploaded on their channel. A lot of them don't. They unlist them or delete them. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I make a mistake or get a word wrong or trip myself up, I mean, I could just edit it out. But I'm not going to do that, because, to be honest, I'm human and I want this to be as original and authentic as possible. Right, that's the end of that waffle. Let's crack on. Right, guys, that's me done. Just stopped my watch, uploaded the stats to Strava. Distance was 8.13k, which is about 5 miles. Moving time 1 hour 45 minutes 58 seconds, 11,350 steps. The elevation gain was 139 meters. I burnt 936 calories, which if I eat a boiled sweet I'll put back on again in about a second. My average heart rate was 121 BPM because it wasn't a really hard route. I'm not carrying much on my back. It's not particularly heavy, so when I do carry more weight, when I've got the kit I'm going to go wild camping with, then I'll weigh it and I'll give you the weight of the pack. I mean, I could even weigh it on camera if I had a decent set of scales for weighing a burger. But there we go, that was it. Welcome to episode 1 of Tuesday Tab. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.